This is YouTube Rewind. 11 years ago. Violence. Why is there so much violence in YouTube Rewind? Get lucky. Literally asking that question at this moment. Man, there's a lot of violence. Is that all I have to do with YouTube Rewind? Just add a bunch of violence and we have it? And then people dancing basically to a song. That's it. Rewind! Obviously, I can't afford this one. Because the people dancing would be not popular. But I can show clips of them. Why is... This is crazy, though. This is crazy. Are we actually doing this? PewDiePie and more. Is there... This girl called Gold, right? Allison Gold. This is insane. She's considered viral? I think I would rewrite history, though. Once I start making YouTube rewinds. I would make YouTube rewrites. It's definitely worth changing history, guys. Not because of this. People hated even this part. I think Jimmy Fallon is the coolest one out of all of them, to be honest. Then comes Oliver. Alright, John Oliver. That guy's pretty cool, but he literally took an L. I mean, it's next level, guys. I mean, you have to appreciate that he's the cool dude for doing this. It's not like a loser for doing this. No, he's kind of a loser. He roleplays as a loser, though, so it's fine. That's what he does. It's comedic. It's funny, right? No, I don't know. I think he lost it. I think he took a wrong script and couldn't negotiate. Yeah, that guy's lucky. I just love how every time it feels different, there's other things to talk about. And you keep forgetting YouTube Rewind. You want it to pull it back to memory. It feels different because more YouTubers go into controversies. Yes. I'm genuinely, like, my standard of rewind is even higher than this. I can't. We're gonna be talking about in this video how it's hard, okay? I don't exactly know how to make rewind until now. I have a pretty big clue. Welcome to the Matrix. This is the symbol of rewind. And let's draw a mountain. The higher you climb in the mountain, the better is your rewind. I'm kind of sticking around to like the bottom layer, and I usually up the scales for rewind just a little bit. But I think I'm doing everything wrong. Because every single time I'm just like the most exhausted person, and right now, like, even my life conditions have changed dramatically to where, like, just the idea of working on rewind is exhausting. I don't know if you can relate to something like this, but like I'm constantly thinking about it. I want this thing to happen, but I have no power to make it happen. Until now. See, the way you do things, and the reason why this is Fireproof episode, it's called Fireproof because you're not supposed to make terrible mistakes. So, actually, when you do work, you have to do one day of work that you can do, right? You can do it. And I can do this layer quite easily. I can make 1 hour videos, gathering material, and just kind of out loud presenting it. The secret of the fox, though, is that it? I mean, we're trying to be fireproof, so maybe that helps. Because Firefox exists. Damn, that's just the middle. Have I decided what rewind is like the best one? I think it's 2013. I think people like 2013 the most, and I sort of agree. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't have the stats anymore. Deleted. Can I find it? Who made the best YouTube rewinds in a specific year? All YouTube rewind review, which is a very old video for some reason. Wow, I used calculator back in the day. See how much I improved in 5 years? That is not the answer I was hoping for. No! No, Logan, no! Bro, I evaluated rewinds. There's no fucking way. What is the best ever created? Okay. Bro, it's still fucking old. Was I eating something? Oh, thanks for buying me the rewinds. Very much appreciated. Yeah. I was still weird back then, guys. I was still weird. No, there were more evaluations. What are you talking about? There's no way that's it. YouTube Rewind 2018 wasn't just cringe. It actually collected some views. Okay. It was evil. I actually suggest you watching this, and I will, like, recollect all this material to see just how many views it gets. Last 5 years of YouTube Rewind, 200 views. That's a big deal. And when I actually released it, it was 50 views. Even though it was like 17 minutes, it was like super highly polished. And it's like 50 views. Like, is that valuable at all? I don't think so. Now, in total, I have actually released 4 rewinds at the same time. I think they got in total like 200 views in 2023, right? You need to know these stats because you need to know what, like, I was able to achieve myself. At very least, I might, to some people's minds, be one of those crazy people who obsessed about YouTube Rewind. I don't know. Where's the fuck the 4th one? It's crazy. See, there's version number 1, 2, and 3, but there's supposed to be the 4th version. Here it is. 46 views. So in total, we're basically sitting at 150 views for 2023 rewinds. I mean, all I needed to do is just click here, right? No? No? Why? Why not? I had infinite music in there. In this playlist, and there's no real fucking value in it. Are you serious right now? I mean, obviously it's now material, not actually rewind. Okay, I'm thinking to reorganize everything so I can have all the rewind attempts basically in one playlist. Fireworks last year actually met Mr. Beast to introduce rewind to him. I hope Mr. Beast does not interfere, though. That would be kind of insane for him to do, all of a sudden. So anytime I talk about YouTube Rewind, I need to know how many views I get. Let's call it commitment. Like, I actually made rewinds, right? So I know how difficult it is to make even style that I make. The hardest part is finding material and putting it together into, like, an interesting story. But then Rewind 2024 devolved into separate segments, basically. I mean, that would be my favorite format if I can just, like, stitch a bunch of jokes together and a bunch of YouTubers just keep showing up, bouncing around. Who gets featured in the joke? Let me try and find an example, guys. When I was, like, bouncing a joke around. Like, 2 characters, then a 3rd character shows up. I'm trying to rewrite history a little bit in here. Telling everyone that I own rewinds. Because I care about these influencers the most. It should make sense to people. Commitment actually matters, right? Knowing all the little details matters. And the difference between going viral, being popular and not being popular, there's a fucking gap in there. You know, so I never know when it's actually gonna hit me with a rock. Who would call me right now? The funny thing is, I think Technoblade is alive. I'm actually fucking tracing a guy called Mr. Pancake, and I'm sus. Every single time he uploads a video, it just keeps getting more suspicious. There's a segment for Powerpuffs, but it's also really weird. Okay, this is where the joke sort of like bounces around a little bit. John Oliver's, and then Sniper Wolf is reacting to it. But then Sniper Wolf is like, I'm angry now. I want more rewinds. Uh-oh, guys, I'm getting notification. She's gonna dox us all. This was the best. Bro, this was the best. This is how YouTube Rewind should have began, actually. It should have been short. We can't be doxxed. Kill the rest of the Smosh. If you know, you know. They have been literally killing the Smosh for comedic purposes until finally it was saved by none other but Anthony. Oh my god. Before they steal our feed pics. Yes, I found that. It's crazy. Wait, they did their union, no? See, I predicted that shit. That was crazy. I was predicting that at 2022, and it happened. Yeah, I'm bouncing the fucking annoying orange into Igesty and into, I don't know, her friends, and they fight each other. It doesn't just stop there, you know? It doesn't just stop there. And now they're fighting on a chessboard, and then I fucking kill everything. With AI. Which is not good. It was supposed to keep bouncing. So this was the longest bounce, and it's creepy in the end. Because what else am I supposed to use AI for? It's probably gonna be my most questionable moment in YouTube history forever. Just adding local girls and changing their clothes. And it's still ugly, by the way. It's not like sexy type of thing. I didn't even fucking upgraded them that much. Yeah, this was my favorite fucking moment. For real, like, this was the funniest shit ever. At least, no, the sitting on a toilet thing. It's crazy. He runs the whole show in the toilet. He's busy now. They can't come back together. They can't reunite Smosh because Anthony is stuck in a toilet. Talking about, wow, you have upgraded my toilet paper, MatPat. Yeah. Ever since Style Theory, we can just buy some items as a tax write-off, you know? We can convince the government that toilet paper is a tax write-off. I thought it was shit theory. The jokes we made along the way. It's just the best. The moment I heard there's this, like, some kind of a Scandinavian opening, I'm like, Squid Game opening. Let's go. She spots this brilliant rook sacrifice. Okay, you can unsexify people and put Bugatti in front. That's pretty good use for AI, isn't it? We fixed the photo. I mean, I was, like, really badass back making this rewind. That was badass. That was just the best thing. See, one thing you can do is, like, you can up the quality, but can you up the quality of ideas and commitment to, like, funny jokes and stuff? And then he was in solitary confinement. Wow. Talking about jail, you know, like, it's still bouncing, you know? Still transitioning. Lol, Sniper can't dox me. See? And it actually has a pretty good transition as well. Like, bro, like, we're playing Hearthstone, and we're just summoning a big Hearthstone card. Usually Hearthstone cards take up 1 slot. This one fucking takes 2. What are you gonna do now, Seti? It's the best. Whoa! And bro crashes the game. Doxing, dodging skills. He needed to learn that shit. But he got kicked in the face. Because violence, remember? YouTube Rewind is all about violence. And then I just feature a bunch of stuff that I like from pop culture. Blah, 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 blah. Until, there is a fun segment, you know, like, eventually, and like I'm just talking about pop stars and shit. But then we have K-pop time, and I evaluate like a bunch of music videos and try to see like who's the leader. And Rose seems to have just the coolest shit happening to her in all the music videos. So what? She already had 30-point lead. It's crazy. Boom. And that's it. Then I rewind the rewinds. Yeah, this thumbnail is pretty crazy. So you saw a little bit of like transitional type of jokes where like introduce two characters, then another one, then another one, another one, another one, another one, and it just keeps going. Yeah, looking back, it's not that difficult to make a rewind like that. But in a way, it's also not yet necessary. Because I have multiple options in which way to approach the problem. The only thing that will reduce the options is failure, right? Success and failure when I have to pick and choose what is better for me. When I have to combine the alchemy ingredients. It's not just success and failure, it's combination of two things, making the video shorter and juicier. These are chemical ingredients supposed to be 1 day worth of work. I can't possibly put in more than that. Maybe 1 and 2 days. But there's no reason to work harder. My skills are always going to increase. My tools are always going to get better. AI has broken the fucking metagame of how powerful the tools can actually get. So what I mean by that, there's actually a lot of videos that I can make. Let's go to Rewind 2024. Because in this one, do you feel that there were, like, segments? There were. Technically, there were. There was, like, ending. A clear ending speech, which was pretty short. Introduction doesn't count. There's some introductory sequence going on, for sure. But I would say for the introduction, it was trash. Because you have to do something more visual, less words on the screen. You can't just say you're the best, you have to perform immediately. And not waste people's first 30 seconds. You can waste the rest of the fucking time, though. Yeah, there's the K-pop segment. I actually want to write it down, even like on a notepad. Just different segments we have here. Okay, so 5 main segments. There's the, let's just call it joke segment. Actually, the introduction goes pretty deep, doesn't it? Introduction goes all the way to John Oliver. I try to pretend that this is the introduction, or this is the rewind. And then the joke segment begins, which lasts until Jax Films gets a foot in his face. Just a violent way to end the segment. I'd say it's like, it's decent. It's really, really good for what it was doing at the time. However, 2024 wasn't that bad either. Which now puts me in an embarrassing position if I just do the same thing. Just because that's all I can do. I have a good idea. I'll show you the whole thing, like, why not? Introduction is fine. These jokes were kind of fine. The NPC joke was fine. Everyone was making a Diddy joke after all. then transition into Hearthstone. It is bouncing around a little bit. Then I stick with Hearthstone quite seriously, you know? Like, I want to save the game. And this is where, like, you know, like, retention would just kind of die immediately. Because I'm entering a whole new segment as well, right after talking about Hearthstone. But I'm also talking about the most popular moments on my YouTube career. It's a whole new segment, basically, conjured up. So I'm not just sticking to the format. I'm not making it easy for myself. I'm lifting weight. My first ever evergreen video. So popular that it gets to the next level entirely. Evergreen videos are fucking rare. You have to basically hijack a search term. Unpeakable was the search term that I hijacked. Funny enough. But I got just enough views to get by, you know? I don't know how that got as many views as it did, but I played way too deep into it. Alright? Now, people dislike it, but this is a pretty big deal on YouTube, right? MatPat has left. MatPat is now attractive 23-year-old. 8,000 views. Kickstarted my channel. Sorry, don't care. Let's go. K-pop, 2,600 views. Oh my god, it's K-pop time. Hightail drama, 2,700 views. I will make this very soon. And I'm not sure what we're gonna dig out, but it's not gonna be words on the screen. I'll tell you that much. Best part of any game is experiencing it as a game. Like, I think people don't have patience for words, but I want to be wrong. I genuinely want to be wrong. But if I was to do better, I have to ditch the words and just sort of try to convey information in just very few words. And a lot of animation stuff. A lot of, like, video stuff. It's just, I'm limited to where I can get material from and how good the material is. Games already exist that deliver something instead of nothing, instead of promises, basically. Now, it might be different next year, but Hytale is still in this fucking annoying state. And so, new segment about pop stars, of course. Katy Perry, Annoying Orange. Yep. A guy is back into YouTube. Nah, it's no longer a fun YouTube rewind, but it was kind of cool. PewDiePie has his own segment in this rewind. It felt a little short still. And the new Powerpuff Generation segment. So every single segment pretty much is different from the last time. Every single one. And the ending is just me praising Trump. Because he obviously won for obvious reasons. There's nothing to fucking worry about, basically. You know, politics is just something you have to agree with. Alright? Yes, you don't like Trump, but what can you do? You should save up the dislike towards Trump for later. Alright? Unless you need to impeach the guy. So I knew, kind of going into this, there's going to be a lot of losers crying and bitching and doing protests. All that shit is meaningless and a waste of time. And probably orchestrated by someone who has different interest in mind. The end. This was made in 9 days, and maybe you can feel the rush behind all of this. I praised the Powerpuffs and I let them go, basically. Wow, transformation. This actually, this storyline never came to life. I just, investigated small influencers, but this turned into comedy special instead. You're watching Fireproof storyline, alright? With the biggest question mark of, like, probably Notch made a bad decision. Why would you do that, right? But a lot of people just sell themselves off to bigger corporations. The deal is so crazy. Why would you not take the deal? But I think the idea behind this is that Notch just kind of gave up. Notch was fooled into taking this deal. He had much better deal, which just control Minecraft and make Minecraft spin-offs whenever you feel like it, however you feel like it, and stay popular. Do programming. Programming is definitely your passion. Why would you give it up? Right? Because you sort of give up a part of your identity as well. And you just try to seek happiness basically outside of work, outside of contributing to society, outside of influencing society. Yeah, you're a rich guy now, but you're kind of a nobody at the same time all of a sudden. So it comes like a great level of pride to control your own brand and not sell yourself off to something that would kill your brand eventually, would just juice it for all of its basically value. Like, you're not just selling your brand and your passion, you're selling the entire fucking community to some big corporation that doesn't give a fuck. Was Minecraft better off? I don't think it even changed much. First fusion, as if that fucking matters. So yeah, that's what we get. Drag queens for YouTube Rewind 2018. Like, imagine putting this in 2018. Like, that was insane. You guys are fucking insane. Bro, I just realized Mr. Beast Rewind was doing the same thing. It's like rounding up YouTubers and asking, what should we add in the rewind? And he did that. He literally did the 2018 meme, but the whole rewind, he did that. What the fuck? I just realized how crazy that is. See, like, just infinite insights you can come up with. I can't believe it, actually. YouTube Rewind commitment is probably going to exclude stuff like this, where just kind of mention Rewind. It's not that deep. Or explain it. If people didn't watch it, then it's not good enough. But, 20 views. Why not? Right? Yes, 2020 Rewind does exist. It's pandemic size. Okay, I might want to rework this one. My Rewind commitment actually goes outside of my own channel. I have this, which has produced one popular Rewind video. Poppy. And Rewind inspired is Annoying Orange. And Rosanna, technically. People watch this and it's like, wow. Cool. Anything above 50 views? Sure. They made it. They made it more worthwhile to do Rewind's material. But you can see, like, Rewind has material in there. That's what's crazy. You can't just mine the Rewind itself, because that's a lot of work, but you can spread your attention to multiple areas. So while 2024 Rewind wasn't really good, I was discovering more and more ways to spread myself out. My YouTube attempt was a joke. Here it is, YouTube Rewind 2024. 223 views. And every single view counts. That's how crazy it is. I don't really like Like, I think it's better to blend it in. There's just this weird sharp edge in there. And obviously, I'm not putting Mr. Beast in there. I'm putting the controversy on the thumbnail. So I think the thumbnail was flawless and the best thumbnail out of all submissions, basically. Wow, look at that. This video will break you. I do feel broken. This is crazy. When I was making my rendering engine, it's insane. Was I trying to explain something? What, I didn't show anything? Instead, I'm talking about COVID. Okay. Yikes. Surprise. Oh, yes. That is definitely trivia for YouTube Rewind. This was a pretty popular spots video just because it's such a fucking good thumbnail. Everyone loves Unspeakable on a thumbnail. It's crazy. This one. Also crazy material. So now we're gonna put all the material together. Does this year have material? I wish. It's kind of nasty that it doesn't. Niga Higa would actually make for a good video, doesn't it? Reason why I'm putting Onision in YouTube Rewind. That's right. And then it's pandemic-sized rewind. No, it was 2021. It was actually getting somewhere. Alright, so that's that. I picked up everything I wanted to pick up, technically. So now it's getting serious, doesn't it? I'll cut these things in half, because they're not, like, totally Rewind related, but there's... I mean, they're battle for YouTube Rewinds, right? Sort by date published. From newest to oldest. There you go. So you can see there's no new material right now. Except... YouTube Culture Memes has provided me with 50 views. Harvest that shit. I might look back at what I'm doing right now and just like, well, that's how it looks like. It looks like innocent view collection, basically. I'm on a beach collecting views, basically, from people. Oh, you looked at me, bro. You looked at me. In one day, you can definitely collect 50 views on a beach. But imagine doing this in an ethereal environment like YouTube where anything can fucking happen and it's out of your control. Technically, it's a much greater step up to just be making videos, not sandcastles. It's way more serious, I would say. So 2024 Rewind material was insane. There was so much. Let's now add it all together. Total of 2,400 views. Mainly, half of it is just annoying orange. See, something just becomes viral and it's out of control. So I have to say, like, I have to cut that one in half. Because I don't know what that means. 1,700 is a better. Maybe we can exclude orange entirely and just say, well, I got 1,000 views in total. But we can't quite do that either. Because it's just success waiting to happen, it seems. I think Onision turned into orange. That's right. We went from controversy, rage baits into something pretty serious. In terms of entertainment value, right? 400 views was last year, before 2024. So we got 4x the amount of views. Technically, in the soul of YouTube Rewind, I feel like this is something that I have to beat, and not the actual Rewind quality. But this is a very good opportunity, you know? This is something people would click on and investigate if I did a good job. I actually did the most intense A/B testing ever. Text or no text. Alright? The craziest A/B testing ever. Well, we saw a thumbnail without text. This is what's being recommended to us. Oh, explained. Look at that. More views. Thank you. This thumbnail is insane, though. You know, I have some cool meme ideas of like, let's show YouTube Rewind 2018, but without cringe. And in the end of the video, maybe I explain what kind of cringe has been excluded, but yeah. It would be interesting to just like remix YouTube Rewind. So there's so many things I can do, and like getting 200 views wasn't even like the coolest part by any means. It was actually a distraction. Trying to win YouTube Rewind is a distraction. It landed here. Okay, and the videos are not high quality around here. Ray tracing, infinite detail, my favorite thing by any means. I love this video too, bro. This is cool shit that I'm not making when I'm like overwhelmed by the amount of work that I have to do. Bro, I said don't die, and he broke his arm. And usually, just like with Technoblade, this is just a sign of him going to the hospital very soon. Wow. I will become 34-year-old virgin soon. That's crazy. There's a lot. There's a lot I will have to bury. Like big-ass bones to bury. I'll have lots of fun, guys. Whoa. Yeah. That's the toughest thing ever. But it's not YouTube Rewind related, so don't matter no more. So technically, YouTube Rewind is something that's like across almost all my channels. There are 3 channels that I can't put Rewind material into. My card game channel can't really have Rewind material, but it has 1 video. I just can't dig it out anymore. Alright? It has Zeddy Encounter. Here it is. You are not prepared. Gotten 600 views. We have been waiting for this moment this whole time, bro. We have been waiting for nerfs and buffs, you know? And this was technically a little bit of part of Rewind. You can see me shooting these things. Last Fireproof episode was about choosing death. Because there's different kind of deaths out there. Different self-sacrifice available. Because technically that's what work is. Like, work is the best death you can choose. I was able to squeeze a drama moment in my channel, but there's no Rewind material. I stopped even doing the top 100 stuff, which was actually successful. Why would I stop doing something successful? Jesus. Alright, we can discuss now the segments of Rewind 2024. PewDiePie got his segment. As you remember, my channel got a segment, which I will use for the next video to try and pull some eyeballs into Rewind. Powerpuffs got their segment. I pretty much combined the introduction with jokes and famous people, basically famous features. We can just call it features, right? So you can see it. That's what it is. 5 segments again. Yes, ending. Sure. 6 now. Previous year it was 5. And somehow with less work I was able to do more. And squeeze more material in there. And much faster, right? So if I look back, I've done so much better. So much better. My Rewind is, again, 4 times more popular than last year. I can make 2 videos and see how well they're gonna do. Is talk about my channel. And talk about Deadmau5 drama. But not in a, like, in a conclusive way, yes. I could make graphics for it, of course. Now there's one picture that I've shown way too many times. But this is something that causes me pain. And in a good way, like it's exercise, right? I'll take the pain. But it actually made me less productive and made me like scared of doing things in a way. I almost like need a laptop to sit down and continue being productive because I literally do nothing in my bed when I'm resting my legs. But that's why this is the best solution. Just create alchemical ingredients and try to put them together if it makes sense to put them together into something. And put those together as well into the next level. And next level after that. It now depends only on the amount of ingredients, amount of material you make in the baseline. Which also depends on amount of variety you can squeeze out of yourself, amount of ideas you want to realize. And maybe you can find like them being like puzzle pieces, right? They come together in a very specific way. The specific junction for them. And all of a sudden they become a completely new object. Fusion happens. They become much more powerful, much more compelling to watch. That's the theory. How would it look like in practice? I mean, technically, Deadmau5 Drama and my channel would be interconnected because my channel overview is about how many views I get on videos. Deadmau5 Drama is just a part of that. So there's actually a clear connection between two things that I'm supposed to make separate videos about. I don't know why he looks like PewDiePie and isn't PewDiePie at the same time. This is so weird. Yeah, I mean, 2013 was seriously crazy rewind. Like, it definitely mashed up the memes with YouTubers. That's what it's all about, right? Funny stuff with influential people. The funny thing is, again, I would go back and I would rewrite rewinds based on who got cancelled, because it might feel icky to actually see those influential faces and they're not successful anymore. They have failed. And potentially YouTube Rewind itself reveals why they got failed. Because it's just, life is ironic like that. Like, what is he doing? Is he doing anything? Freddy got way too big of a feature in this one. I would actually erase him because he's doing nothing now. He canceled himself. Like Niga Higa. I don't know if Grace is like a valuable feature anymore. So there's actually like a lot of mystery surrounding rewinds, and that's way more interesting for me to uncover and improve myself upon than make my rewinds. I should still try, right? It's 200 views. It's definitely a thing. And I get the bragging rights of like, my rewind is better. I love that. See, everyone just fucking followed PewDiePie's footsteps and they just copy and paste the same fucking idea of like, I'm in the beach, I'm handling this stupid fucking rewind button, putting it back onto the beach, and then here comes the rewind memes, basically. Just like how PewDiePie intended. As if like you're supposed to respect PewDiePie's version of it. That's weird, man. NPCs piss me off with their versions of rewind. It's completely useless. Because the funny thing is about this, it's doesn't really have cringe in it. It's just like a fun little something. A vibe, basically. I've actually explained how YouTube Rewind is in danger. Like right now I have 13 days to work on the damn thing and release it on December 1st. That's the plan. Have I done a single slider yet? No. So the factor that we're trying to avoid that has fire in the word is burnout. This is the factor that makes you feel bad for doing something, for wanting to do something. And you keep your distance basically because it's so annoying. You don't actually want to do it. Your passion is dead. You feel burnout because you're doing it wrong. It must be because of you doing it. This is usually always the answer. Like, life is fair. You just don't know how to do shit. Remember, you're on your own. If you followed instructions of true success, if true success whispered in your ear, you would have all the answers. And you would be able to do things correctly. So while making a big project is cool, the best way to do something is to make it come together automatically. Collect memes, build segments, basically, and put it all together. Wrap it up in one day. 1 or 2 days. Probably just 1 day. Just wrap it up. Like, what's the fucking difficulty here? You went all this way, just bam, bam, again. You do the same process like you did yesterday. This actually makes you the most productive person that ever lived. You know, you're following the ultimate way of crafting things. You know, when people joke about alchemy making gold, but this is exactly how you do it. You make gold out of yourself. You use alchemy of small pieces, making bigger pieces, until it becomes a pyramid of Giza. Ha ha ha. All you have to do to make your life fireproof is to simplify, to not make drastic changes, and to not encumber yourself with drastic projects, drastic amount of like work. And I will give additional things. Anything that feels unfair is probably something you want to stay away from. Like, competition is unfair, but there's actually a way to circumvent competition. There's a way around it. Of like, you can acknowledge the competition, but they don't really own you, they don't really beat you just by getting more views because you don't actually exist on the same ladder. Now, that is not something that I'm willing to do. I still want to do something. Something has to come together. And punch them out of the game. That would be way better than just like contributing random stuff that comes together but is not considered YouTube rewinds. That's a little weird. I want every single time it to be the entry, right? To be tested in a competitive environment. What happened to your thumbnail, guys? That's not how I remember it. What's going on? Did they genuinely change the thumbnail? Or is it really that bad? I mean, the craziest introduction, isn't it? Man, I avoided some crazy cringe. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck are you doing? On YouTube Rewind, this is so disrespectful. YouTube Rewind just didn't know how to respect itself. It's so disgusting.
Let's take a selfie.
This is also cringe. It's so funny. It's so funny, though. It has all these, like, grown-ass men in it, right? It's like, I can't wait to be a grown-ass man. But I still have to wait. I still can get better at this. And definitely more respectful. This is insane. Respecting other countries is not it, okay? That's just wrong. Bro, they build this whole set and they don't know what the fuck to do with it. Like, okay, Katy Perry's music video is very popular. I don't know what that's supposed to do. But they use this set, and it's like, my brain did not register it even exists. There's no significance to it. And they all come together, basically. It's like, wow, it had this guy in there. I think it's Kurt, right? And it's cool, but like the shading is so disturbing. Like you can't see anything. What is this? What the fuck is this? Oh no, not Fousey. Like I'm still discovering things in this I can't stop discovering things. There's like 1,000 collectibles and I only collected 320. Conchita is in there, bro. Holy shit. Like, that's big. That's fucking big, dude. But at the same time, it's like ass-licking kind of flavor. The funny thing is, like, it feels like it's impossible to recreate any of this because alongside with YouTube Rewind, something else died. The death of mainstream. Nothing is trendy anymore. Now, people do manage to put together stuff, okay? You can, like, grab from Eurovision, you can grab some kind of popular game. But unfortunately, on YouTube, the only thing I encounter is just, like, big-ass controversies and drama and, like, government decisions, right? Like, that's all. Like, everything is political now. Wow. That's funny. That's a funny Easter egg. I love how funny, how different it is from just what we are used to on YouTube right now. How shallow and emotionless YouTube feels like without the mainstream stuff. I don't think we need children in Rewind. Like, what the fuck is this? So I don't know what's gonna come out when I put everything together. I have no idea. But I know that it's the best I can do without burning myself. Cold never bothered me anyway. I love how it doesn't end here. Wait, it does? I thought it doesn't. The outro is so fucking long. Wait, people watch the outro? What do you mean? It's like outro is way more important because like everyone is featured here with their names and stuff. Now, I can't actually pull shit like this off. Alright, this is now pure power. Giving hamster to eat YouTube Rewind candy? Like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. There was a lot of passion put into this, essentially. But eventually, it tried to do something shady, I would say. I could even, like, extreme edition of, like, where are they now? Who are they in the first place? I've actually looked at a lot of the channels, and they're just bad. But more importantly, they're extremely popular, of course. And it's just so interesting how, like, which ones got controversy to the point where it doesn't feel correct to have them in Rewind. If you can actually remove them from Rewind, scrape them off, you might do it. You might rewrite the whole thing. The biggest controversy is in not putting up good content. Even burning out yourself. I'm looking at YouTubers now. They have a whole different fucking responsibility, right? If they want to be featured in here, they also must not burn out or get burnt. In other words, you have to be barely... Is that a music band, by the way? That's how you call yourself? Yeah, they better learn how to be fireproof, these YouTubers. Tiny Hamster is the feature, of course. Yeah, they put it in. And it's kind of fucking evil at the same time. World Order is their name. What the fuck is this? But yeah, in order to always succeed in life, is follow your passion. This is the way to avoid burnout. Of course, passion is not gonna burn you out. You want to live life. There's plenty of life out there in the world, even if you want to do evil things. That means you kind of run out of things to do, and it's still going to be your passion, though. Even evil can be your passion. You're running out of things to do, but, you know, people might actually change your life. The moment they detect that you're evil, they might feel pity for you of like, oh, you're kind of suicidal. You kind of... Like, someone literally became famous even though they have like face tattoos and like women love him, even though he's gonna go into jail forever for the rest of his life. And it's like, what the fuck? Why do people, why would the women like him? But it's just like these bad guys, they still have some amount of humanity in them. There's still reason to like them. Not just because you yourself are evil and you associate with that, but it's like you kind of do, but at the same time you potentially have a lot of life to share and you want to save people from wrong directions in life. Here's that fucking weirdo. This is the moment where you probably don't want to celebrate something like that. Don't want to pay attention to something like that because it shows that you're degenerate, but I can spin around even this story to some extent. I mean, the thing that turns everything around is that men usually stay alone until they become slightly evil and then women pick them up. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what flicks women's switches. As to not deviate from the subject, there's a lot in life, there's a lot of passion you can follow. And I just showed like how YouTube Rewind itself can be passion for such a long time, right? Now it's burning me out. Now it's getting annoying to me. And technically, it was always like that. I just respect myself more than ever, right? Like, I don't want this feeling anymore, this itchiness. These segments might make for good videos, good, like, ingredients for the rewinds, but I actually want to see how many views did they get? How excited are people about these concepts? So I would, like, upgrade them a little bit and then put them into Rewind altogether, right? Like, compile them together. All the best pieces that people already like, already resonate with. That's the fucking kicker, you know? You can actually put out there every single ingredient and people vote automatically. Now, I wish YouTube was a little bit of a better platform, but right now, at least one channel works. I think this channel works flawlessly. And unfortunately, this has been left in a dust. It doesn't have the skibbity feeling to it. There's no moving images, basically. You have to juggle already something that, you know, most people would like, and not just, like, give sliders. Not only that, you can't even hover over this. So, I don't know, man. It's weird. Maybe my mistake? Maybe it's just, like, 31 seconds is the actual optimal size. You never know, like, what kind of mistakes you're making. Nothing. And I'm supposed to continue learning about YouTube. There's no other way around it. Right? I have to make the mistakes to learn from them. So again, at least one channel is working very well. And I'll continue just to it. In the end, my rewind is not 4 minutes long. My rewind is fucking as serious as it gets. Alright? Maybe as it goes to the top, it becomes short. Still never 4 minutes long. What the fuck is that? Maybe I'll respect something somehow and take an average length that I can get away with. But then it's kind of 4 minutes long. Or like 6 minutes. PewDiePie's video was 5 minutes. Mr. Beast, 6 minutes. It's not long, dude. You have to cram so much stuff in there in just a few minutes. I want to make a movie, you know? 7 minutes is actually not that much. Why are all the good things supposed to be so short? So to me, literally, a perfect YouTube rewind doesn't even exist. A perfect rewind formula does not exist. I want something way, way cooler than this. Something that has a formula. Something that, yes, comes together because we are seeking the most viral things all over the place. The most viral things that I'm interested, that you made viral. Most memorable experiences, most memorable memes. Like, I just need more ways to extract material from YouTube. This can propel me into next level of content creation. Instead of using my passion to reach some kind of goal, I need to use my passion to drive me forward, to collect more things, more material. You know, it will come together automatically. I don't have to do much. I just have to make a switch, basically, when material comes together to form the best it can do. I don't have to force anything. I would naturally be curious of, like, okay, I have a pile of sand. What can it turn into? What kind of castle it turn into? That's it, my friends. Time's up. See you guys next time. We're gonna start spamming YouTube Rewind's nuggets. Alright? Subscribe to all my channels.